Feel free to, before you get there, if you want to shut off your video, you're more than welcome. You don't have to have your video on for this. If you'd like to leave it on, it helps me kind of know where you are and maybe have some specific cues, but it's up to you. And as we get into this shape, I like to just encourage everyone in their practice to take the shape that feels most supported and grounded in your body. With everything that's going on, I'm really trying to focus on some groundedness and stability and just breathing. And so if crisscross is your jam, then go for it. You might find legs out. You could find heels, so sitting behind. There's lots of different options. So just find a seat in any shape and form that feels most supported in your body. And then once you find that seat, let's just do a little bit of wiggling to move into some length and some support through that body. So find your sit bones and your hips and just take a few shifting exploratory movements in there and move that wiggling up into the midsection of the body, so the core. So just a little side to side. You might even take some circles, breathing into the back of the hips, the side body. And then as you reach into the hips, see if you can sit taller and feel like that expansion through that upper chest and all the way into your shoulders. We'll start to get the shoulders involved. So just pulling our shoulders up into our ears and then really retracting the shoulders back. I can't help but get my arms all involved in here, so it's kind of a cool dance move, but you're just moving. And we'll start to settle into this newly formed, strong, grounded shape. So letting the arms come to rest wherever it feels more supported for you. You could find palms up to the sky for more openness and receiving, or maybe down to feel more connected and grounded. And just maintaining this long length from the grounded roots of our tailbone down into and reaching up through the top of our head. Begin to notice your breath. And see if you can fill your breath into all of those spaces that we just took some exploratory movement in. So thinking about, with your inhale, grounding into the hips, allowing the body to inflate, to expand, and to reach the top of the head higher. And then with your exhale, feel the softening through the face, the shoulders, the legs, the arms, the fingers, and the toes. And see if you can find that breath as you inhale and expand and lengthen and feel strength. And then grounding, letting go, releasing, allowing the nervous system to just kind of meet us where we are. Feeling a lot of just high pressure these days and just a lot of chaos. And so if you can allow your breath to just give you a little bit more peace, calming, quietness. And not only notice the body moving with the breath, see if you can hear the breath, because your effort and your intention of only focusing on this one thing, your breath, allows you to connect the body, the feeling of it moving, and now audibly. It might sound almost like waves of an ocean rolling over the sand, out and back, away from the shoreline. And if your eyes are closed, begin to open your eyes, and we'll begin to allow the breath to link movement, intentional movement. So let's really take our shoulders with our inhale up towards our ears, and then let them come down towards our hips. 2 more just like that. Big roll, sit tall, retract the shoulders down and back. 1 more, up, back, reach and ground. And then we're gonna get the arms involved. So reach up, maybe even look up towards the thumbs, ground through the hips, big stretch. Exhale, cactus the arms, elbows come to the sides of the body. Feel the length and opening of the heart and the collarbones. 2 more just like that. Big arms involved. Exhale, elbows come to the sides. Open up through the front of the body. 1 more just like that. Inhale up. And then exhale, release. Take the arms up the sides of the body. Let's pause for a moment here and breathe into the front of that heart space. See if we can have some active arms. So push the forearms and the back of the palms against this imaginary wall. Feel the shoulders come down and back towards the hips, and then pull the belly button into the low back. Grow and root through the sit bones and the top of the head lengthen. So we're finding some really strong postural muscles here. We're opening up the front of the space of the body. 1 more big inhale through the front of the space. And then exhale, release the arms down. We're gonna roll over to tabletop. So we're coming onto hands and knees. And as we come onto hands and knees, let's find the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And from here, we're gonna do a few just cat-cows. So we're gonna push away with our exhale, and we're gonna round everything between the hips and the shoulders, allowing the head to sink towards our mats between our thumbs. And then with an inhale, opposite shape here, we're pulling belly button down to our mat and we're looking up. So let's push away with our exhale, rounding through the spine. And with our inhale, start to articulate everything through the spine to just find a little bit of extension, look up. And with your own breath, continue to find these shapes. And I encourage you to pause in any of these shapes and just take some inventory of maybe where you might need to breathe and hold longer. Thinking about pushing through the hands and the tops of the feet as you exhale, really active through the whole body. And take 1 more in each direction. We'll meet together in a neutral tabletop position. And from this neutral tabletop, we're gonna go ahead and just have a little playful fun. So go ahead and tap your feet, maybe softly depending on the type of floor you have. And then let's go ahead and take the feet up and just a few circles with the feet on the ankles, bending and flexing through the toes. And then switch the direction of those circles. And then let the tops of the feet ground. We're gonna come into a little bit of a hip opener kneeling, and then we're gonna go into standing after that. So let's go ahead and take our right leg up towards our hands. And as we take our right leg up towards our hands, let's keep our hands down for kickstands to start. And if this is a good stretch for you here, for some bodies it is, I encourage you to stay. If you want to increase the stretch, you might walk your hands towards the body, up the front of the body. And as we come into this kneeling lunge, I want you to pull your hip up and back. Press through the top of the left foot. Beautiful. And then actively press through the right knee all the way down into all 4 corners of that right foot. So we're really this strong statue here. And we're going to get our arms involved. So inhale takes it up. Exhale, come to your right side. So big side stretch. We're opening up through the front of the hip and the side body. And then remember those cues we started with. So you're pressing through the front of the foot. You're pressing into all 4 corners of that front foot. Keep the open posture of the collarbones and the heart as you side bend. A lot of times we want to come forward. So really remain open through your whole practice. On an inhale, take it up. Beautiful. Exhale, we're going to take the hands to the inside of the right foot. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take a gentle twist. So you're going to plant through your left hand and then just a little gaze up towards the ceiling. Thinking about revolving that spine from the tailbone through the top of the head. The gaze can be towards the floating fingers. This is a little bit too much on the neck. You might take the gaze down towards your left hand. Just finding a gentle twist in that spine. On an exhale, take the right hand down. Use your hands as kickstands to walk that right leg back. All right, left leg's turn. Left leg comes up. And pausing for a moment, finding the support you need, staying here if you'd like. or maybe walking your way up for a deeper hip opening. And as we walk our way up, push through that front left knee into all four corners of the foot. Pull up and back with the hip and press through the back of the right leg. Really strong support underneath us. Inhale, come up with the arms. If you want to close your eyes through any of this, it adds a little balance challenge. Exhale to the left. I know we all have maybe some different goals now that we're remote for a lot of our lives. So maybe we're working on more balance. Feel free to close those eyes. Open up through the collarbones. Remain really broad through the front of the body. Keep breathing. Legs are active. On an inhale, take the arms up, reach and stretch. Exhale, frame the left foot. Press through the right hand, and then remember that's twist second side. We're looking up towards the left floating fingers. Really trying to rotate that belly button and heart up to the sky. On an exhale, take the left hand down, frame the front foot. We're going to step the back foot up to meet the front foot. So we're going to come to a forward fold. As we come to a forward fold, you might take a regression here, just taking the hands to the thighs here to keep the heart higher. If you want to go into a deeper forward fold, feel free to let the head hang heavy, arms heavy at our sides. And then if you can, release the top of the head. So you're really trying to almost give the top of the head and your toes like a little kiss. Like you're, not that they're gonna touch, but you just want them to almost be like magnets gravitating toward each other. So releasing the next obligation to really hold your head up. Feel free to explore some swaying or grabbing opposite elbows in your forward fold and keeping the knees soft. Breathing into the back of the body. And from here, we're going to grab opposite elbows if you don't already have them hooked. So grabbing opposite elbows, forearms, wrists. And with an inhale, I want you to take your body up to the right. So we're just going to do full body circles, up to the right, big stretch to the side body, open up through the hips, the collarbones. Exhale off to the left. So we're side bending down, closing the heart towards our feet. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reach and stretch. This is 2, we're gonna do 3 total in this direction. Exhale, slowly taking it down. These are really slow, controlled movements. Last one, all the way to the top, reach the elbows up to the sky. Exhale, take the elbows down towards the feet. And we'll just pause at the bottom. If you wanna do a different grip with your hands, go for it. Inhale, take it up second side, up to the left, reach and stretch. Exhale, coming off to the right. I don't know where you all live, but I just heard some really hard rain start here in South Eugene. Exhale, up to the bottom. This is 2. One more big side opening from the front of the body to follow, open, and then exhale, close. Hang out in your forward fold at the bottom. And from here, we're gonna walk the hands out, feet out, find a down dog. So down dog, hips are up, equal pressure between the arms and the legs. So we're in this inverted V. And as we're here, we're really reaching into the palms of the fingers to take off the pressure from the wrists, letting the head come between the arms. Feel free to walk your dog side to side so we're getting more breath and movement into the back of the legs, really lengthening the back of the body. Pressing the heels as much as we can down, hips up. Knees can be soft to just find a little bit more axis in this pose. And then from here, we're going to fly the right leg high. And as we fly the right leg high, we'll come into that 3-legged dog. So just pause for a moment. Feel this strength in the left leg. And we're gonna float that right leg through, giving it support with our hands, and find a warrior one. So turn the back foot at a 45-degree angle, and then walk your hands up, find the support you need, coming all the way up for warrior one. And as we're here, we're actively opening up that hip. So pull the hip up and back, and then push that activation all the way into that back left glute through the blade edge of the left foot. I'm still pushing down the knee into all four corners of my right foot. So really active within the lower legs. And then as we stay where we are in the lower legs with our strength and our balance, see if you can inhale up out of the hips to really, again, find length in those postural muscles through the front of the body. Shoulders are down and back and arms are strong. Solid warrior ones. We're gonna get some hip hinging in here. So on your next inhale, reach more out of the hips, lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale, hinge and fly. Just let the heart and the head come forward. Try to still reach out of the hips. Arms come back. Let's do a few more of those. Inhale, up and reach out of the hips. And then exhale, let your heart come forward. We're keeping a long line in the spine as we hinge. Continuing with your breath, inhaling to open and to lengthen. And then exhaling to find that strong back as we hinge forward. Let's do two more just like that. Last one. Exhale to fly. Inhale takes it up and pause. And then turn the back left toes so they face forward, high lunge. And from here, we're gonna take the hands at the front of the right thigh. We're gonna find that same twist we did in kneeling. So we're just gonna take the left hand on top of the right thigh and then look up towards the sky. If you'd like to go deeper in this twist, you might take that left hand all the way down to the ground or a block. And really think about pushing that right knee, again, into all four corners of the foot. So the knee's gonna wanna go in and out, feeling a little rumbling in that body. So find your strength and your balance to maintain that shape that works best for you. Keep reaching through the back left heel. On an exhale, take the right hand down, frame the right foot. Step that back foot up to meet the front foot. Inhale, halfway lift. So we're tabletopping the back, strong. Exhale to fold. We're gonna reverse swan dive up to standing. So big stretch, come all the way up to standing. Push through the feet, reach and stretch through the arms. Exhale, tee the arms, hinge down, forward fold. You're gonna walk your hands and your feet out. You're gonna find down dog. Finding our second down dog today. Just noticing maybe any difference in length in first or second side. And when you're ready, you're gonna float your left leg high. Left leg comes up high to float, three-legged dog. Keep the hips square, equal pressure through right and left hand. When you're ready, float that left leg through between the hands to the top of your mat. Step the back right leg down, 45-degree angle. Come up, warrior one, second side. Feel free to adjust your base here a little bit wider, makes it for more support. And then ground into those feet. Back blade edge of the right leg all the way into the glute. Push down with your strong glutes and quad into all four corners of the left leg. Legs stay where they are, solid. And then inhale takes us up out of the hips, reach and stretch. Really long, beautiful warrior ones. We're gonna do a few linking movement with breath. So inhale out again. Exhale, hinge and fly. Come forward, up out of that hip. Inhale to take it up. Try not to crumble into the hip, but try to lift out of the hips as you move with your breath. Few more just like that. On your breath, on your time. Again, pausing where you need to stay longer and find the support and stretch. Let's do two more. Inhaling to lengthen, to open, to pull that hip up and back. Exhaling to hinge and fly and find the strength in our back. The next time you come to an inhale, we'll pause. We'll turn the back right toes so the toes face forward. That right heel is hovering. And exhale takes our hands to our left thigh. Option to just rotate open toward the left side. Maybe let the left arm float For a deeper version of this, you can take that right hand down. And from here, you're keeping that long length of the spine from tailbone to top of the head, so a little bit deeper twist. And make sure you're still pressing through all four corners of that left foot. Breathe in deep into the twist, into the belly. On an exhale, let the left hand come down. Step the back foot up to meet the front foot. And then inhale, halfway lift, tabletop to back. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive. One more time. Bring it all the way up. Stretch and lengthen. You got this. And then from here, we're going to drop the right arm. And we're going to go ahead and do a little stretch. So we're going to take that right leg, and we're going to find as much support as we can in the room. So I have my fridge right here, so I might just hold on for my balance support. But what we're doing is we're stretching the front of that quad. So if you have any objects in your space that you'd like for more balance support, you can. You might even find your eyes closed and not using an object to balance. And we're going to move into a balancing figure 4 to conclude our standing practice. We will do second side. So we're going to try to release that right leg, and we're going to bend the left knee and cross it over. We'll start to sit into this figure 4 chair. And as we're coming into this figure 4 chair, again, we can have anything around us for support, or you might try to just conquer that little rumbling that's happening in that left ankle and come down as low as it feels supported and strong for you, but also challenging. We're breathing into the right hip. Maintaining that openness of the collarbone and the heart. As you feel ready, an inhale takes us up to release the bind, taking both feet down and just taking a little bit of a wiggle. Probably are feeling it in that left leg. And we'll shift to second side. So we'll put our weight in our right leg, and then we'll find support as needed as we try to fish for that left foot coming behind, stretching through our quad in the front of our body. Remember, option to close the eyes if you want a little bit more balance challenge. And as you feel ready to transition, we'll float that left leg forward and we'll cross it over the right. And then we'll start to sit those hips back. The hips lead the way back, protecting our right knee. And we have a long length from the top of the head for the tailbone. Figure 4 balance. When you're ready to transition, you can inhale to take it up. And we'll take one deep breath to close our standing practice before we move down to our mat. So grounding through our feet, lift the kneecaps by engaging the thighs, squeeze the glutes, retract the shoulders down and back, and then take your arms up to float. Look up towards the thumbs, look up towards the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Take the gaze towards the heart. Come all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, walk the feet back. Find your last down dog today. Pause in your down dog to feel the length in the back of the legs, coming down into the shoulders. The strength and groundedness of planting the feet and the hands in your mat underneath you. From here, we're gonna bend the knees, take the body down so hips come back towards our heels, sitting back on our mat. We're gonna go ahead and take the legs out. We're gonna move on to our back for a twist right and left side to end our practice. So as we come down for our twist, we'll take knees up to chest. We can do a little ball hug or happy baby before we get into that twist. So as we come back, you can rock on that low back. You might take first and second fingers around the toes or outside edges of the feet. Just a little massage of that low back. I like to tuck my chin in these shapes to just get even more stretch through this upper neck, and then just lengthen that spine. And as you feel ready, we'll take the knees together. We're gonna cross the right leg over the left. Arms come in a T, and then we're gonna slowly lower the legs off to the left. So we're taking a twisted root here, or eagle leg twist. Gaze can be towards the sky or maybe over the right shoulder. And just breathe into that right side. This is a really good time to be intentional with our breath since we're not moving. So just remember how we started, but taking the time to fill up the whole body, breathing into the belly. Bracing through the arms with your inhale, find a tightened core and then drive the legs up and over through center. Untangle the legs. Maybe take a pause, or you can find your twist second side, crossing left leg over right, and then take it off to your right. Remember your options for gaze up to the ceiling or over the left shoulder. And just breathe. When you feel ready, inhale, brace through the arms and the core, drive the legs up and over through center, untangle the legs, give yourself one more little rock in appreciation, and we're gonna just take a 1-minute Shavasana. So if you'd like to take this laying down, you can, or you might come into a seated position, so yogi's choice. Just 1 minute to do nothing but breathe and be still.